guys, come on in. Whew, I made it. I am like scrapping down to the wire here. I am a couple minutes early because I'm in an event. I don't know if y'all have noticed or not, but I've been predominantly just doing events lately, just for a couple of reasons, for the motivation and also for the push. I've also pulled back on the amount of times that I'm going live. So this portion right here that you're listening to for the first couple of minutes, hey Sherry, are where I'm online early so that the moderators and the hosts can find me and share me into the group. I'm Julie with Nothing is Wasted Designs, and we are doing rainy day creations today. I'm waiting for Melanie, who's making a beautiful little pink. Is my favorite color. You know, I don't tend to go with lighter pinks, but I didn't realize until like about 6 months ago that pink's one of my, I like light pink too, and like the pink that Melanie is doing. And I don't know why I don't craft with it more, but I just don't. And that is so pretty, Melanie. The little rainbow. All right, so as soon as 3 o'clock gets here and I'm shared into the group, I'm going to do a project with Rainy Day Creations. Not quite sure how it's going to come out. It's got a little bit of a plot twist to it for what most people think of a rainy day creation. So we're going to see where this goes. And I'm going to go ahead, and while I'm waiting, I'm going to pull those stencils off. And I'm going to just put a light coat of Dixie Belle Fluff on my canvas. Oh, looks like she just left. So let me refresh my page. Oh, that didn't work. Why? Where is Grace Creations? ATIONS. I'm not sure why it's not coming up right away. Thinking, okay, there we are. Y'all come on in. I'm kind of excited to see how this project is going to turn out today. Right now, all I'm doing is just putting some water on my board. And hey, Tina, come on in, y'all. Y'all come on in. Hey, Bonnie, good to see you. Welcome to my page. Let's see who we've got here. Chris with Coastal Creations. Hey, Chris, good to see you. Bonnie Ann Evans. Hi, Bonnie. I don't think I've seen you on my page before. Welcome to my page. I'm Julie. And then Melanie, I love the pinks that you work with. While you were finishing up, Melanie, I was saying how I don't know why I don't work with those pinks more often, because I do like the soft pink. All right, so here we go, y'all. I'm going to get a piece of cardboard. This is my go-to for getting my paint out. And, you know, the people who paint a lot will probably tell you don't use cardboard, because actually they do tell you this. Don't use cardboard because, all right, hold on. I got to turn my Lazy Susan around, and I got to make sure everything's out of the way before I do it, or I'm going to knock everything over. Hang on. I got to get to my stir sticks here. There we go. This one thing was in the way. But people will tell you don't use cardboard for a paint palette because it sucks the water out of it. And I agree. I'm not disagreeing with that. But y'all, I have so much cardboard, and it's just so easy. I also have a paint palette that's like throwaway. But the cardboard is just so easy for me to, you know what? It's a good thing that happened, because you know what I need to do? This shirt already has paint on it, but that doesn't mean that I can't get more on it. So I'm going to pull up my messy, The World Needs Messy People apron. This is it. This is Pigpen. The world needs more, what is it? The world needs messy people. I'm your girl. You need a messy person? It's me. I drop stuff. I spill stuff. When I eat, I have to have like a pile of napkins. And my husband, he barely uses a napkin. When we used to paint like the house and the rooms and stuff like that, paint everywhere. Shirt I had on the other day had green paint up at the neck. How do you get green paint at your neck? If it can be done, I'm going to do it. So I hope y'all are having an awesome day. It's been a busy week for me. I went live more times this week than I normally do, but I'm having a good time with it. So, all right, so I'm going to just put, this is Dixie Belle in the color of Fluff. I'm going to put a little bit of this on my my paint palette, and I'm going to get that off so I can stick it back in here, and hopefully I've pulled out enough. All right, so I'm gonna do a rainy day, but I'm gonna keep y'all in suspense for right now. I'm gonna do a rainy day creation, but I'm gonna go a little bit different than, it's gonna have familiar elements in it, but I don't know if anybody is going to guess where I actually am going to go with this. So we'll see. So let me get this white paint on here, and you know what? I did not pull enough out, so I'm going to get some more out. So even though my board is white, there are so many different colors of white that you're going to want to, whatever color white you're going to have, and I think I'm going to have that as a background. I'm going to have some blue down here too. Hey, Linda, how are you? Hey, Roger, thanks y'all for coming in. Hey, Ruby, good to see you. I had so much fun, y'all. You know, it's like I told you about 6 or 8 months ago, I found out that I like the powder pink. Not like a real pastel-y, but like a light powder pink. I would have never thought that. But then when I got to thinking, when I was 10, my parents moved to a new house. My dad was doing part-time real estate. And anyway, I got to pick any color that I wanted for my room. And lo and behold, I remembered I picked pink, the same color pink that Melanie used in her project today. So I was like, maybe I've liked pink all along. Oh, and y'all, I got to tell you this. This is I got so much stuff that's just been exciting this week. Maybe I need to go online more often. My son, you know, we do a lot of Bible study talks together of what God is teaching us, and he comes from a direction of an evangelical calling. I come from a direction of a prophetic calling or gifting. And anyway, he was looking up. I'll be interested to know. I'm like all over the place today, aren't I, y'all? I got so many thoughts going through my head, I can't even collect them all. All right, so let me just slow down here. So he was looking up color palettes, and he ended up, I don't know if it was a revelation that the Holy Spirit gave him, or if it was something he found. I didn't have a chance to ask him that, but what he shared with me was that he was looking up what are, like the Color Me Beautiful, the colors for him. He had I had talked to him about that, and so he's been actually researching it. And he's 30, and you know, what colors are best for him. And he found out, so this is, where did this come from? From the light pink. That's how I jumped to what I'm talking to right now. He found out that he is a light spring color. And he said, God is so cool. He said that those colors that look best on him are colors that are kind of like muted. I should have written this down. I didn't know I was going to talk about it. And they are colors that don't, you know, that don't have a lot of harshness to them, and they work with people who have evangelical calling, missionary callings, because they're like colors that get overlooked, and it's part of the personality of people who have like an evangelical kind of mission, because, you know, they tend to overlook like flaws that people have, and just, I'm like really not giving this justice according to what he said. But it was about how the bottom line was that the colors that look best on him are the colors that go along with how he interacts with people. That was really cool. And then he said, and you, Mom, you know, he said, your prophetic gifting, you like very hard, high contrast colors, and that goes along with the prophetic calling where everything is just black and white to you. And it's either truth or it's not truth. And that's just kind of the way I think. And if you pay attention to my page, or you go back and you look at my page, I usually have all high contrast stuff. And, you know, and it's like, you know, it's like we've got crafters who like the dirty it up, the neutrals, and very seldom will you see me work with neutrals. You'll see me work with black and white. You'll see me work with high contrast colors. And I just thought that was really interesting how, you know, it's like, I mean, we know that God covers all the bases. That, you know, there's no denying that. But the fact that down to the colors that look best on us go along with our spiritual gifting. And I just thought that was so cool. It was like, who would have thought that even, you know, that God even had that sorted out. You know, Color Me Beautiful back in the 80s, they thought that, you know, they were a new thing. But Ecclesiastes tells us that there's nothing new under the sun, that God already had it taken care of. That when we were created, well, actually, he knew us before we were created. He knew us before the creation of the world. And he had a plan and a purpose for us way back before we were even born. I did a talk on that Tuesday. And if you're interested in hearing, you know, some of the stuff that I went over, it was like an hour. I was supposed to talk for like 15 minutes and then craft. Hey, Allison. Let's see, sweetie. Glad you stopped in. You're headed out the door to your, do you drive a school bus? Did I know that? School bus, and take my bus kids home. I know Julie will have. Oh, y'all, you're so sweet. Have a good time. I have a friend who drives a school, or who used to drive a school bus. I don't think she's doing it anymore. And it's kind of like a mission for her. So, and I'm sure you're the same way. So anyway, who would have thought that the spiritual giftings that we have line up with the calling that God had already established for us? And I don't know, y'all, I just think that is so cool. You know, it's like every time you find a new nugget of something that God has done, it just, I don't know, it just blows my mind. It's, You know, I can't even plan a project from start to finish. Y'all, this is not planned. What you're going to see happen today is I have some snippets of thoughts of, oh, well, this would look neat, and I'm just waiting for the Holy Spirit to come in and say, okay, daughter, this is what we're going to do. He doesn't say it like that, but he'll give me the thoughts as I go along. So, and I can't wait to show you. I can't wait for y'all to see what we're going to do. Let me dry this and then we'll get going. Because I'm going to I'm going to work with stencils today. I haven't worked with stencils in a while. So today is the day. I had a completely different plan. I was going to do something with flowers blooming, and because rain brings lets flowers grow, and then the flowers grow, and the flowers bloom. And not even 30 minutes before going live, the Holy Spirit downloaded a whole nother idea. Hey, Barbara. Hey, Janet. Oh, Janine. Hey, Janine. Good to see you. Holy Spirit downloaded a whole new idea, so we're going to see. I really wanted to paint a rainbow, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to incorporate that in here. I'm not sure how. I wanted to do something with an umbrella. I've got an umbrella. I'm not sure how it's going to come together, but the plot twist is about to come, and I hope y'all are as excited about it as I am. So we're talking about rainy days. So y'all tell me, when you think of a rainy day, what comes to mind? Put some words in the comments for me of what comes to mind when somebody says a rainy day. Get any pictures in your head? If so, share them, and let's see if I can kind of springboard off of what you say. I'm not going to pull my other piece out until we get a few words out here. So, what words come to mind when you think of a rainy day? Or what things come to mind? All right, this is getting dry. What things come to your mind when you think of a rainy day? I don't have anything coming across yet. Do I have comments? Nothing's coming. I've got comments. Time for reflection, okay? I'm going to get my, come on, y'all. I know you can think of something. Umbrella comes to my mind. Is the first thing that comes to my mind is an umbrella and boots. All right, well, here we go. I'm going to give you some words and see if it springboard anything for you. Okay, so when I think of a rainy day, I think of raindrops, I think of gray, I think of rain, I think of boots, rainbows, I think of rainbows. Okay, I think of raincoats. I do think of flowers because the raincoat. Okay, Sherry just said raincoat. Umbrella, they're coming in now. Umbrellas. Anyway, so I started working. Oh, waddling ducks. I love that. Dark clouds. Love it. A lazy day. Yes. Okay. A lazy day. I think of a storm. Think of storms on a rainy day, but I don't necessarily think of a storm like a big storm when I'm thinking of a rainy day. A rainy day to me is just like a constant soaking, just, rain on a tin roof. Oh, that's good. Love that sound. Love, love, love that. Okay. So I went through my stencils, y'all, and I got to get this so that it's in here. Let me see if I move it back a little bit, if that will help. There we go. All right, so I went through my stencils, and I found one that I've worked with, but I haven't worked with all of the reading. Ooh, I like that, Tammy. Good job. All right, so we're gonna do the ultimate storm. What was the ultimate storm, y'all? What was the biggest storm that you've ever heard of? I think we got about a 40-second lag on this. What is the biggest storm that you've ever heard of? And the damage that it did. Welcome in, y'all. Come on in. Come on in. Good to see you, Roger. You're in Grace Creations. I'm on my page. I'm Julie with Nothing is Wasted Designs. But yeah, there you go, Sherry. You got it. Ding, 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 ding. We're going to stencil an ark. And the scripture that we are going to, that I am going to highlight here, I hope I'm going to make it, I'm going to serve it justice, make it look, I hope this all comes together. So I'm going to do Psalm 91, verse 4. Psalm 91, verse 4. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. I had to look up rampart because I didn't really know what that meant. I've never really used that word. And it means that it's like a rampart is a defensive wall or a castle or walled city having a broad top. Rampart means to fortify or surround. So when God is, all right, let me read this again. This is so cool, y'all, how this came together. So when we're going through tough times, when the enemy is attacking us, God's going to cover us with his feathers, and we're under his wings. We'll find refuge, safety there. His faithfulness. Okay, the rainbow. What is the rainbow about? God keeping his promises, right? His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. So, this is what my thinking is, and we'll see how it all turns out. Let me show you the back, this up against a background. So I'm gonna do the ark. I want to incorporate a rainbow and an umbrella as a symbolism of God's faithfulness and him covering us. And I'm not quite sure. Oh, see, I think I decided to go this direction so that I could get more in here. All right, so this is, all right, let me get some tape, y'all. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but we're going to see. I'm going to take it one step at a time as God leads me. So I think that this is about, should we make the boat rocking? Should we do it like off kilter? Maybe. Or should we do it straight, y'all? Y'all tell me what you think. Let's see if you can see this. All right, I'm going to have to do it this way. What do you think? Should we make the boat go like this? Or should we just put the ark down here at the bottom? What do y'all think? I kind of like it tilted. What do you think? Tilted or straight? Give me thumbs up if you want it tilted. Give me hearts if you want it straight. This is straight up against the board. How about thumbs up if you think tilted is better or you like it straight? Hey, Rosa, come on in. Which way you think? Thumbs up for tilted, hearts for straight. Thumbs up for tilted, hearts straight. All right, I'm going to have to make the decision because I'm not seeing anything come through. But that's okay. That's okay. I got to decide. I'll have to figure this out. I don't know. There's a part of me that wants, maybe all right, I'm going to just go with it straight. I'm going to go with it straight, y'all. Unless somebody, oh, tilted. Okay, Rosa says tilted. Anybody else say tilted? All right, let's go tilted. Let's do it. Let's go for it. All right, I want to get, hold on a minute, because I want to get the the umbrella in here somehow. Ooh, that might work. All right, let's do it tilted. I want to get a rainbow in here. I want to get an umbrella in here, and I want to get some scripture in here. All right, we're going to do it tilted. Tilted. Tamara says tilted. Okay, so I got two tilteds. All right, we're tilting it. We're tilting it. We're tilting it. We're going to go for it. All right, so let me come in here. I want to, I hope I'm going to have time to get this finished. Let me get my brushes, y'all. And I am going to use a combination of browns here. So I'm going to pull out several different brushes. These are Essential Stencil brushes. I'm working with Essential Stencil. I'm a ambassador with Essential Stencil, and you can use my code Nothing Is Wasted if you want to save 10% on anything that you get from them. I'll put the link at the top of the bottom of the page later. All right, so I'm going to do a variety of browns here, and I think I'm going to start with the lighter browns and then work my way out. So let me get this open. I used to use my teeth until, well, I still use my teeth, but I try not to. My teeth aren't the same as they used to be when I was a kid. There we go. I'll get that later. All right, I'm going to start with lighter colors and then work my way up, and then do some like dark highlights. We'll see where this goes, y'all. I'm kind of excited to see how it's going to turn out. All right, so I've got my my paint palette over here. I'm going to just put some of these colors on here. I'm going to try as best I can not to stick my project in it. Y'all keep your fingers crossed. Say a prayer for me, because I'm really bad about that. Throw that away. And just so that we have some variety of colors in here, give it some interest. Let's see. That one's kind of similar to that. That's not going to give me a whole lot of variety. And I may go and let me grab some, what do I need? Maybe I'll grab some white buttercream. Let's do this. Let's grab a little bit of white. This is a light buttercream. It's got a little bit of yellow in it, probably. Get this out of the way, because we don't need this anymore. I found that I can just reuse my sticks, y'all. So I've been saving them. I really need to do that. I've got so much, I don't have enough stuff in my house as it is that I'm saving used. Crazy. All right, here we go. We are going to, all right, let's see how I want to do this. I guess I'm going to start with this color here. You're going to load, and then you're going to offload. This is a kind of stenciling that you want to make sure that you don't get any paint underneath your, all right, here we go. You don't want to get any paint underneath the stencil so that you can still have some nice crisp lines. And you do that by offloading. And I'm just gonna, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of randomly, I'm not gonna go straight across like I normally do. I'm just gonna kind of randomly hit some spots, and then I'm gonna come back with some different colors. And because these lines are so thin that are running left and right, I'm going to go with the lines so that I don't accidentally move the lines out of the way. Whoops. Trying to kind of make it look like shiplap if I can, but we'll see. I'm going to just kind of try a different technique that I've never done before. Kind of do a combination of painting and stenciling at the same time. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I'm not going to do a real hard line on it because I want to be able to blend these colors together. All right, so there is that. So I'm going to come in here. I think I'm going to do the whole thing with this color. I don't even know what it is. I don't know which one this was. Maybe a milk chocolate. I think it may be a milk chocolate. Make sure y'all can see what I'm doing. Can you see what I'm doing? There's my palette. I want you to be able to see my paint palette so you can see me going into it. Okay, just kind of going across. All right, we're going to have the door is open. We're going to have the door, oops, maybe the door is not. Oh, yeah, the door is open. There's like a closure there. We're going to have the door open. We're coming out of the storm. God has protected us. All right, and then here we go. There's like a door over here that you can close this if you want to. Now, this is an Essential Stencil of the Month stencil. And they have like all kinds of plans. They've got 2 different sizes. And what I usually do is I usually get, it's like an exclusive. You can't go back and buy it later. You have to get it ahead of, order it early. But, and you can, like, if you buy the premium plan, you can skip. And so what I do is I buy like 6 months of the premium plan, and then I just skip. Oops, that moved. What I do is I skip whatever I don't like. They'll send you an email that says, this is what we're going to do this month. You know what? It's a good thing that we tilted this, because now I can put this down that way. But anyway, all right, so there is that. So now let's go darker. Let me get the dark on here. I'm going to get some of this. This is like a rust color in here. All right, all my friends that love brown, this is twice in 1 week you have seen me in a week's time. And I know maybe even maybe it was 2 weeks, but I think within 1 week I have used brown twice. So please take note of that. Take note, take note. All right, so I need to get some darker. Darker. I don't like that. It's not dark enough. Let me grab the, nope, that's purple. All right, well, I can make this darker with black. So let me grab some black. I gotta turn around here and grab it. Black will make this darker. I just put a smidgen of black on here, probably more than I need. And I'm going to take this. All right, let me do this. I'm going to take just a little bit of this, or maybe a lot. There we go. See, like how I've turned that into like a dark chocolate. That's what I want. All right, because we're going to put some various colors on here. Just kind of like you're dry brushing. I'm going to just get, it's kind of like a transition between painting and stenciling. We'll see how this is going to turn out. I may have to go back and do something with the top of this, because it looks like all I'm going to get are, all right, here we go. No idea how this is going to turn out, y'all, so give me some grace. I'm just playing right now. Boy, I can't tell you how much fun I had yesterday working with denim. I looked up all kinds of things for an event I was in yesterday with, and it was about denim and pearls. And I went on Pinterest, and I did not know that I had a passion for denim, but I evidently do. It was so much fun. I saved, I don't know how much stuff on denim, so chances are probably pretty good that you're going to see me do more denim. I even thought about doing a rainbow, not a rainbow, I might do an umbrella in denim. I'm thinking about that. That's kind of on my list. And this just kind of bling it up. I think that would be fun. All right, here we go. We're going to come in here, and I'm going to add some of this like rusty brown here, just to add some more color. You know, when you look at something, it's not just one flat color. Let's see what we got. I think it's going to be kind of cool, y'all. We'll see. I'm going to leave some light areas in here. How we doing on time? 35. We're good. All right, let me get some more of this rust in here. Usually when I'm working with a stencil, I do like a swirling motion like this. But because of the boards are going left to right in this what's it called? The bridge is so small, it's so thin. I don't want to take any chances of getting underneath it, so we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Let me see what I got. Oh, not bad. Not bad, y'all. Okay, what color do I want to add next? So go in here with some of this lighter stuff. I may even come back with some white. All right, here we go. I may throw a little bit of white in here. I need to look up at my comments. Oh, thanks, Melanie. We'll see. We'll reveal this in a minute. We'll see what happens. Now, I have found there are a couple of ways that I clean these stencils. One way is just with water. But if I have like left it out and haven't, and it's all the paint is dried on there and it's like really, really hard and it feels like it's cured, I will actually clean it with alcohol. So there is a, if you get to the point where you just can't, all right, I'm going to get some of this dark stuff in here. Rubbing alcohol will clean it too. I had one stencil that, oh no, I just kind of, I forgot about it. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, yes. Okay, I think I want to add some, even though I'm not filling the whole canvas in, and there's some highlights, I think I still want to put a little bit of, I like this rust color. This really adds some stuff adds to this, y'all. I'm going to come in here and do a little bit more of this. I kind of like this. I think I need to bring some of that dark stuff in the, all right, I think I'm going to leave that like that. And I want to bring some of this dark paint, this really, really dark paint that I added the black too. I'm going to bring some up to the roof here in spots. Just trying to learn something new. All right, y'all. I think this is going to work. I think I need to color in the. All right, here we go. Let's pull this up. I'll clean this later. I'm not going to have time to clean it now. All right, so here's our boat. It's rocking in the storm. Can y'all see the variation in the colors? Oh, I didn't put the white in there. Oh, well. All right, so now what I think I want to do is I want to come in here. I'm not quite sure how to do this, but I'm going to just kind of wing it. I want to come in here and I want to add some color to the roof. Maybe I could just lightly go over this. Yeah, I can do that. That'll work. And I'm going to just go lighter to darker. Let me grab a piece of tape and just put it right on the line there. And then I can go from the top down. So we can kind of fill that roof in a little bit. That looks better. All right, now I'm going to get some of this rust in here. I like this rust. I didn't think I was going to like this rust, but I kind of like this rust, y'all. All right, so somehow I got to get some water in here, but we're going to do the arc first, and then we'll come back. And all right, so just a few highlights of the rust. Show you what I have. Okay, all I've done is I put a piece of tape up here so that I could bring the brush all the way down. And then we're going to do the darker color that I mixed over here. Let me see if I can get this kind of off of here. Get some of that out of there. Just kind of taking it off of there. And then I'm going to come in here with this darker color. I got to be careful I don't end up. All right, and we're going to just knock some of this off of here. Just a few dark swipes in here. And then I think I want to go in here with, where is my lighter color? Here's my lighter color. The lighter brown. I may have to go to a paper towel because my cardboard's kind of. And grab some, a little bit of white. I'm going to put a little tiny bit of white. This is acrylic. Oh, that's not white. Why did I think that was white? Here it is, right here. It's like, that's not even close to white. All right, we're going to come in here with a little bit of this buttercream and see what happens. Just a small amount. We don't need much. All right, let's get that color in here. All right, we're going to come in here with some white. All right, so there we go. So this is what we have so far for our arc. Okay? This is an encouraging message for y'all that God is faithful to his word. If he has promised you something, he will come through with it. I am holding on to a promise that he gave me over 20 years ago, but I would keep reminding myself, he is faithful. He is faithful. All right, so I think I'm going to leave that as it is. I'm going to rinse this brush out, maybe. I don't know if I'm going to reuse it or what. But I think what I want to do next, and so I don't put my project in this, I'm going to toss it. I think what I want to do next is somehow, right, let me get this out of the way. Somehow, I probably should have done this background in blue. So let me get, I wished I would have done it in blue now, but here we are. So let's see what kind of blue I have. How are we doing on time? 43. I'm going to do just a very, very light blue. Very, very light blue. This is kind of a pearl, so that'll be fun. All right, grab this. And I'm going to take one of these brushes here, y'all, and instead of using a paintbrush, I'm going to use this, and I'm just going to kind of swirl this into the background. I'm hoping, all right, let's see. Let's see what this is going to do. Just playing. I'm just playing. I have no idea what I'm doing or how this is going to turn out. This is a thought that's come to me, and I'm just going with it. Y'all get to watch what happens here. It kind of looks like clouds are in the sky. How about that? That's kind of cool. All right, I'm going to just bring this down. I'll show y'all what I have here in a minute. Alright, so all I've done is just added some light blue in the background, and kind of cool looking. Alright, I have no training for this. Just all I'm doing is listening to the next step. That's, you know, when we walk with God, that's what we do. We just listen for the next step. Whatever He tells us is what we do. All right, so I think I'm going to leave that. I kind of like this. All right, so let me go along the edge here. See if I can. I may come back with something a little bit darker. I'll have to come back with something a little bit darker. This is going to be a little bit too light. But it looks kind of gray. In the bottle, it does not look gray at all. But, all right, let's do it this way. I think that's going to be better. It's got some gray in it, so it kind of looks stormy. This is kind of cool. Ha! Look at that. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. It looks like storm clouds. Put a few more in there. All right. So now this is going to seem a little off, but let's try. All right, let's do it, y'all. I am going to try. This is what I'm going to do. Okay. It's different. It's really, really different, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put an umbrella over the arc, and I'm going to do the umbrella in rainbow colors. That's where my rainbow is going to be. The umbrella is going to be God's protection. Okay? All right, so, I'm kind of excited about this. All right, let's see. So now what I need to do, I got to get my colors. So I've got yellow. Let's see, where's my red? All right, so I'm going to start with red. And then I'll go orange, and then I'll go yellow. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue. All right, let's do it. All right, let me get another brush. All right, let me think. 1, 2, 3. There's 4 of these, and I need 3, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should be 7 colors. All right, here's the lighter blue. I'll go with that. All right, so about 2. All right, let's start with, I think I'm going to start with, if I do yellow, orange, and red, green, blue. All right, so yellow really needs to be 1, 2, 3, about halfway. So yellow needs to be about right here. All right, let me just place these out. So we've got yellow, orange, red, green, blue, and indigo. And indigo is just very, very little. All right, so let me place that. So I've got red and orange here, yellow and kind of green in the middle. Actually, I'm going to do green like that. All right, so let me do it this way. Not really sure. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go with a little teeny tiny bit of red. But I don't want to do the red first because that's going to be really, really dark. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of orange on here. Maybe we'll get more yellow in here. So, because yellow doesn't tend to cover very well. A little bit of green. I'm doing like a lime green because I think that's pretty. All right, and then we're going to come in here. How we doing? I got 10 minutes. Oh, that green didn't. Ooh, it needs to be shooken up more. Kind of watery. So is this. Oh, if this turns out, y'all, it's going to be so cool. All right, that's better. And that's better. And then we're going to do the indigo. I think I'll do the, all right, so these are the colors. I'm just putting these on my palette, just like that, so you can see I'm not using very much paint at all. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and, what did we have? We had like red, orange, yellow is going to be about right in here. So let me go in here with the yellow first because I can add the orange after the yellow and then the red after the orange, and I won't have to change brushes as much. Otherwise, I'm going to end up having to do the brushes. All right, so I'm going to put yellow about right here. And the idea is to, I'm hoping to kind of blend this, and I may have to come back. So red, orange. All right, so yellow is going to come a little bit more over this way. Violet, yes, yes, yes. Indigo, and then this is, where's purple? Where's my purple? Thank you. It fell. I got my purple right here. Thank you. Thank you, Tammy. I thought I had it out here, but it didn't. Yes, violet. All right, so now we're going to do a little bit of orange because we can mix. We're going to go ahead and mix the orange in with our yellow. We don't need much. And we're going to come in here. And I'll probably come back and do some blending in a little bit. All right, here's red, orange. So glad you said that because I had it out. I just didn't pull it up. All right, and then we're going to add some red to the orange. Y'all understand why I did that? So that I didn't have to keep cleaning my brush. I went lighter to darker. All right, and then we're going to put some red in here. It's kind of a purpley red, but it'll be okay. Kind of a pinkish red. All right, and then I'm going to pull some more orange up here and kind of blend these two together. I think blending is one of my favorite things to do with painting, y'all. I've been saying that a lot these last couple of days. All right, here we go. Just going to kind of blend it together. Okay, there's orange, yellow. Now we need green. I'm going to change brushes. I'm going to put that in my water. I'm going to get another brush. I'm going to bring in a little bit of yellow so that I get this wet. Can y'all see what I'm doing? A little bit of yellow, because that's going to help blend this. And then I'm going to come in here with the green. And I'm going to just kind of blend this together. Grab some more yellow so that there's not such a stark line there. Grab a little bit more of the green. How many colors I've got left? 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And then the violet is really, really a small amount. So I think we're going to be good here, y'all. Okay. Oh, I hope this looks good. All right, now I'm going to add some blue to the green because green is made up of yellow and blue. Add a little bit of blue here. Kind of a funky, kind of looks like a blue-green, but that's what we got. I can always go back over this after this dries if I don't like the colors. These stencil brushes are really making this a lot easier to do. All right, let's see if I can get some more blue on here. How are we doing on time? Oh, it's 4 minutes. Okay. And then I'm going to come back with the green and just kind of blend that. I'm going to have to come back afterwards and do a little better job with that. Now I'm going to I'm going to get a different brush just because I want a clean one. All right, I'm going to come with this. This is like an ultramarine blue. Tammy, I am so glad you pointed that out because I would have completely just kind of gotten caught up in everything and just said, oh, we're done. All right, here we go. I'm going to come in here with the purple, violet, and I'm going to come back with this blue, just kind of all right, let me see what we got here. I think it's going to work, y'all. Let's see. Let's lift it up and see what we have because I'm running out of time. And I'm not going to, I was going to put, well, you know what? Let me do this while I have this. I'm going to come in here with a black. Let me get a black. Let me get a brush for black. I got like tons of these brushes, y'all. Where's my black? Where's my black? Where's my black? Here it is. I'm going to put the top up at the top. I'm going to do the little umbrella thing. I'm not going to do the umbrella handle. Just going to do this little part up at the top. Okay, all right, let's look this up and see what we got. Okay, this is what we have so far, okay? And what I'm going to do is, I don't have time to do it online, but let me show y'all what I'm going to do. I want to get the scripture on here. I'm either going to do, all right, let's see where I'm going to put this. All right, I'm either going to do God keeps his promises right here. God keeps his promises. Or I'm going to do, where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, here we go. We'll have to see. I'll have to see what's going to fit and how I'm going to do it. But let me pull this out. I've got one more minute. Up after me is going to be Lori's Resiliently Crafting. You're going to want to refresh your page. And, all right, where is this? All right. I'm not sure yet. I will be with you when you go through, what does it say? When you go through, when you go through deep waters, I will be with you. Or the rainbow will remind you, I will keep the promise forever. So anyway, I'm going to put a piece of scripture on this somewhere, and then I'll have to come down here. And I may do the top and bottom the same so that it looks like, there's some water there. But this is my rainy day creation as a reminder that God is going to protect us. We stay under, his wing. And that when the storms come, he steadies us, and you can count on his protection. All right? So no storm is too big for God. And he always keeps his promises. All right. I love y'all. It is 4 o'clock, and I hope y'all have a great day. I will not be on again, I think, until Monday. But if God inspires me to pop on, then I'll be on again. So we'll just see what his plan is. Grace Creations and Inspired by Grace, you are in their group. This is their event. Please make sure that you use the links at the top of the page to join the groups. It's a free group. We'd love to have you. And if you're looking for inspiration from, a biblical standpoint, there are lots of crafters that's what we do, is we follow Jesus. And anyway, it's 401. Join the group and join my page. Love y'all. Have a great day. Bye.